The field of sports are very brutal. They only know about results. They say the Olympic is the worst result for past 10 years. It's road to go a failure.
Okay, when our athletes go into the court, they give 200%. They go all out to take the ball. They go all out to fight. Shah Firdaus, Iza, Anik Kastan all broke their own record and national record. Pearly and Tina, they came so close. When Azizo was disqualified, it was a numb moment.
Yeah, of course, we know that the athletes did their best, but doesn't mean there's something wrong with the management. Not only badminton, we are lacking, even like Thailand got the medal. Diving team, all this while we're doing so good, but this round, I don't think we get...
these few years.
Yeah. If it's not the problem of our athlete, is it because of the management? Waste our money, taxpayer money?
I think it's a combination of everything. For me, yes, we won the gold.
Thank you, ZUS Coffee, for sponsoring this video. Yeah, we got an interview with our Minister of Sport and Youth. Let's welcome Hannah Yeoh. Yeah.
Hello, B.
Thank
Hi,
you.
long time no
It's
see.
been a long time, yeah.
Last time I came, Lucas was single. Now Lucas is already married.
How's Paris?
Yeah.
Is it very hot? I heard no aircon there.
When we went to Paris, it was quite hot during the Olympics. But by the time I arrived for Paralympic, 1 month later, it was starting to cool down already.
Oh.
Yes.
Let's talk about the Paralympic. I got one question. I'm not sure whether this question is
Inside
sensitive enough or not, but I want to ask why the Paralympic result is better than the Olympic result.
Okay.
Can I ask that? Can I ask that?
I think you can ask that.
Okay.
The Paralympians have been known to do well, and also they have different categorization of the different types of disability. However, if you look at how competitive it is, every time, before I actually went there to observe Paralympic, I was also under the impression that Paralympic is easier than Olympic. But actually when I went there to see how competitive it is today, because other nations are starting to invest into Paralympic. And so it is no longer easy for our Paralympians. And so that's why even though they forecasted, the Paralympic Council of Malaysia forecasted 4 golds. We came back with only 2, and then the other 2 got silver because their rival and their opponent had set world record.
That's still good.
Yes. No. So the reward is the same for them, and
for them as those who won Olympics medal, is it?
it's the same. So the first for silver, for gold is 1 million ringgit. The government will give. You get it. For silver is 300 ringgit, 300,000 ringgit, and for bronze is 100,000 ringgit. It's the same.
This is something new from us because we always heard that the Paralympic athlete doing not so well. They was being sell tissue at the LRT station
like after
and stuff.
Okay.
Yeah.
So this is one of the things that we have reformed in our administration. Athletes traditionally always feel that they earn less compared to their friends outside because they spend all their years of training. Actually, before you see Aaron and Saw Wee in court, it's many years of preparation and training before they become a champion in court, right? And so those years of practice, they actually lose out compared to their friends who are already moving on with their jobs, getting married and all that. Only when they actually become successful, then sponsors will come in, then they will win prize money, and then they will cash up. But not everybody is going to be a world champion. And so that's why for us, the years of preparation, when we actually employ them to train, all these years, they will pay an allowance to train. Okay. So beginning January this year, we introduced contract of employment, we introduced EPF and SOCSO to our athletes, the podium athletes. The podium, that means they are actually representing the country in all the major games, and they are the frontliners. So all of them, beginning January this year, they got what they wanted. Now, why did we wait so long to give them EPF and SOCSO? I also don't know why, all these years. And so Panda Lela and everybody else actually welcome this because it's something they've been asking for a long time. When I sat down and spoke to Tan Chong Min, our wushu girl, and other athletes, they actually told us the difficulty of not having EPF and SOCSO without a contract. They can't get housing loan, they can't buy car because they all want to see your contract of employment.
Credit card also.
Yes, and so this means a lot to our athletes that they finally have a sense of security. The years of training, actually they have EPF savings.
Is it because our government don't have enough money to give them?
Yes, in the past, I don't think it was a case of money because if you compare the government today and the government in the past, the government in the past had more money to spend. Compared to government today, right? But it's a matter of priority. For me, this is the first reform that we need to do for our athletes. Otherwise, you cannot really convince the parents that there is a future, there is security in sports, and also being fair to the athletes. I think it's very sad if our medalists who are representing our country, these are the top athletes, cannot get a housing loan, cannot buy car, and still have to rely on their parents to sign those agreements for them.
It's very good to know that. I think
Yes.
our audience out there who wanted to be athlete will be happy to know this one. But are they considered government servant already?
No, they are not
No,
government
okay.
servants, they are athletes. So we only started this year.
How
for
about
them.
those independent athletes?
Okay,
Like
so
Zia.
these are podium athletes
Yeah.
by us. The BAM one, for BAM badminton players, they already had EPF for some time because that is something BAM did.
I see.
But for pro players, no, because they are independent on their own. But when they actually represent, like Zijia, when he represented Malaysia at Olympic, we, the National Sports Council, gave him a grant for preparation, and also after winning, we also reimburse him more funds to help cover some of his costs and expenses. But this is always the debate about independent players and BAM players. There are pros and cons. If you remain a BAM player, of course your expenses, your coaching, everything is taken care by BAM.
Okay.
But if you go independent, then your sponsors' money, you are free on your own and you can get more. But you know, they are different arrangement lah. So there are those who are for the structure and those who are for independent. So this is something that the badminton players themselves have to assess what is best for them. Then they have to make a decision.
I'm not sure is it a sensitive question to ask because
Okay.
me being Chinese, I just want to know if I become an athlete, how much can I earn? Is it a standard pay?
Okay, every sport,
Already
So that
money
convince the
driven,
parent lah, right?
Yes,
Alright.
every sport has different audience.
Okay.
Sports is about sportsmanship, about viewership,
Alright.
right? If you are a football player, you earn more because there is
millionaire.
ability to sell tickets. In Malaysia, right, there's only one sport that can really fill up Stadium National Bukit Jalil, 80,000 people, and that's football. So the reality is football sells very well, and that's why football will always have sponsorship. Brands will come in because they have a big audience. If there's football league on TV, many people will watch. Badminton is also the second game that has many viewers, right? But not every sport is like that. Okay, so how many sports we have now in Malaysia? Before we came in, we actually have 51 gazetted sports. Before this,
Okay.
today we have doubled the amount. We now have 103 gazetted sports.
That's a lot.
Okay,
I
so-
can't even name that.
Correct. So I just want to tell you something first before I elaborate that point.
Yeah.
Some of the new sports we have gazetted, even though they have been sports for a long time, but they were never recognized. And if you are not gazetted, that means you cannot apply for government fund. Because they in KBS, Kementerian Belia dan Sukan, we don't recognize you as a gazetted sport. So you cannot enjoy many facilities. So now all these new sports, arm wrestling. Arm wrestling we have played since we were
It's a
This
sport
one,
lah.
Yes, it is a gazetted sport today.
Okay.
Then you have Chinese Xiangqi chess.
Oh,
Okay.
How come?
Mind
how is
sport.
that a sport?
Mind
Okay,
sport.
like
okay?
e-sport lah.
Like e-sport.
Okay,
So
if you support e-sport, then you have to support
correct.
chess sport
Then
also.
you have dance sport, dancing.
Okay.
Okay.
Break dance, the
Yes.
Australia one, like
Yes.
kangaroo one.
yes. That one became
You watched
famous
that?
after Olympic. No, I was not there.
Yeah.
And then we also have
Epic.
like cheerleading.
Ah.
Okay.
Cheerleading.
Yes.
This is cool. This is something
Okay.
cool.
So many. The whole list is here. So this list is actually on our Kementerian Belia dan Sukan website and also on my Facebook page. Please have a look because many people actually don't know. But this means a lot. It means my sports association now have doubled. My stakeholders have grown a bigger pool.
Yeah.
Okay. And so when they are recognized, then they have access to funds. Number one. Now, number two, like I said, there are some of these you don't even know it's a sport. So when they actually want to host a tournament, they're going to look for sponsors. It's going to be difficult for them to get. And so different sports, different athletes get paid differently. If you're in badminton, you get paid very well. Football, the same.
Yeah.
But what about underwater hockey? Underwater hockey is playing hockey in water. Where's your
You don't see
audience?
anything.
You cannot see.
Seriously? I mean, like the
see.
audience cannot see me.
You cannot.
Live cannot, you can only see the
Unless you have the
down.
camera underwater.
Yeah.
So when they go and they celebrate, and what are they going to wear to get sponsorship?
Okay.
So when you ask me how athletes earn, it all depends on the different sports, different viewers. But a lot of people are playing sports not just for salary, sometimes it's for passion.
Yeah.
Right? So they really love the game. So we have to celebrate the athletes differently. But at least for Kementerian Belia dan Sukan, the sports that we have, the podium sports that we prepare for, they are paid a decent salary. Okay, we are trying to improve and do better. That's why for me, I improve the structure, I improve on the governance, and then accessibility. That would mean that more people will trust in sports and they want to invest funds. Right? They want to give more sponsorship. So these are some of the things that we are working on to actually fix the ecosystem. Yeah.
Very good to know that you are growing everything from fundamental, but I think the field of sports are very brutal. They only know about results.
Yes.
So yeah, but here we are. They say the Olympic is the worst result for past 10 years.
Oh my God.
Is road to go a failure?
Okay. When I came
Waste
in,
our money, taxpayer money.
Oh my
when I
God.
came in December 2022, I had only 1 year plus to Paris. Okay, and this is after COVID and after change of multiple sports minister.
快要新年了，一定要赶快瘦下来！从今天开始，我要戒掉高热量的饮料。第一天是健康餐，第二天我还可以，第三天失去糖分，等于夺走我的快乐源泉，生无可恋。
来喝一杯 ZUS 吧。
不行了，这个卡路里太高了啦！
哎呀，放心，现在ZUS有提供零卡糖选择，让你轻松选择低热量饮品。喝。ZUS 现有的34款饮品都有提供零卡糖的选项，其中包括了 Pink Lemonade、Matcha Lemonade 和 Pink Black。现在使用 ZUS App 下单就可以选择零卡糖了，简单又方便。ZUS 一直在努力钻研，为了确保你的饮品有良好的风味、非常好的口感以及降低热量这3大要求，通通都可以完成，以实现真正的有效控糖。
这最新的控糖方式，让你甜蜜无负担，
零卡更轻松。
Okay, and this is after COVID and after change of multiple sports minister at that time, and we have to play catch-up game, and so we needed a structure for us to move fast to catch up, and so Road to Go was established. Now, Road to Go is just a committee of my MSN board members and also former athletes who are expert in their field, like world champion like Nicole David, Lee Chong Wei, Datuk Menawan. They were part of it to advise us together. Road to Go is a top-up service facility given to those who qualify to be a Road to Go athlete. So when we have to decide who can be part of Road to Go, we look at realistically close to Paris now, who has the potential to get gold. So they must be at least top 10 in their sport. Then the question was, how come DZJ is not part of Road to Go? If you remember, in the beginning, DZJ was part of Road to Go, and then we had to sign contract with the athletes. DZJ opted not to proceed with Road to Go. Okay, so ZJ opted out. It's not like we didn't cover ZJ. So this top-up facility will be different for every athlete. For example, Shah Firdaus, he needed a new pair of shoes. This shoes is not some cheap shoes. Okay, he actually talked about how Road to Go helped him. It's an 8,000 ringgit shoe. But if you look at the general policy in MSN, not every athlete will get 8,000 ringgit pair of shoes, right? So Road to Go is a top up for those who, if I give you this additional facility, it will push your chance to get that gold medal. Okay, so for example, Anik is the weightlifting. Okay, and when he came in, he was number 10. At Olympic, he's already number 4. So Road to Go actually helped him. What was his top up request? He needed more money to go for tournament overseas. He needed more money for supplement to eat better so that he is well rested and he can compete better. For Azizul, it's a different top up. For Aaron and Saw, for Pearly and Tina, they requested for psychologists, they requested for sparring partners. So these are some of the top up. Every athlete is different. So Road to Gold gives us the flexibility to move ahead of time, okay, and to help overcome the bureaucracy that is present in a normal setting. Road to Gold, when we announced, it is for 2 Olympic cycles because we don't want to prepare like last minute again.
Right.
When I came in one year to Road to Gold, I remember Pearly and Tina, they were injuries. But if you see how Road to Gold helped, by the time they got to Olympic, they played like champions. Yeah. So Road to Gold is for 2 Olympic cycles, for Paris and for Los Angeles, 2028. I think for Malaysians, yes, the medals are important for Malaysians. They want to see our athletes win. But at the same time, they also understand it's sports. They just want to see that when our athletes go into the court, they give 200%. They go all out to take the ball. They go all out to fight. That's what Malaysians want to see. If they see that, then for them, oh, we have won. To them, that's important. And that's why the match when Aaron and Saw won the bronze medal, the second game, 2016, and how they went on to win and go to rubber set. And this was despite Saw Wee having an injury that he didn't tell people. So everybody watched as though he was not in pain. Actually, he was in a lot of pain. He broke, his toe. There was a chip. So there was an injury on Aaron and Saw. But the way they played, I think, redeemed the heartache in Olympic. And then of course Pearly and Tina, everybody saw how they fought and the potential that they have. And that's the first time women double reached the semi-finals of Olympic. There are other athletes, Shah Firdaus, Iza, Anik Kastan, all broke their own record and national record. Yeah.
So you think you still got the result lah?
I think
the goal is not on the
only measurement.
For me, yes, we won the goal because it's a road to goal. But behind the road to goal, when we actually talk about it, is we want the spirit of excellence, like I said. We want our people to always feel that we can. Actually, if we work hard enough, we can. So we are hoping now, we have started work for LA 2028.
Okay.
I will say Road to Gold is not a failure because when we announce it, we say that we hope to get our goal in 2 Olympic cycles, LA 2028 and Paris. So if we don't get in Paris, our aim is 2028. And so for the first time, squash is now an Olympic sport. Okay, and so we have started including our medalists, top 4 of the squash players into our Road to Gold, to prepare them now for LA 2028. So the top-up services are already being rolled out for them.
I want to ask, what do you feel? Because I think this ministry is very weird because your result, your performance is highly depends on the athletic performance.
Yeah.
It's like if they won, then you're a good minister.
Okay.
If they lose, then no.
It's fair
Personally,
for you, do you think?
I think it's expected. People are free to say whatever they want to say because sports is about passion. You do not have fans that don't cheer on, and fans that don't swear, or this is sports, right? People go in with so much passion, they want to see you battle and you fight. And so you swim and you drown with the athletes. It's understandable. I don't mind the criticism because I feel by doing so, I actually have a glimpse of the athlete's life. Like when I went to Olympic, to be honest, it was emotionally very draining for me because I go out, I see the athlete, and these are athletes that put in 4 years of hard work to get there, right? Some of them lose, some of them miss it by so little after working so hard. And so normally, obviously, as human, they will cry, right? And so as the minister who is present, they want to know that the government is still behind them, that the government is still supporting them. And I'm there to assure them that, look, as long as you have given your best, we are still here. We are not taking away all these things away from you, but you have to keep working hard. You have to keep trying, right? Those are not easy moments, because you cannot fake moments like that. It's very painful. And then I go back to my room, and then I have to prepare myself for the next day. And then I go out, and they cry again, different athletes. And when men cry, it's hard for me to, I don't know what to say to crying men, right? And because they really work hard. If they are lazy, it's a different story. But nobody wants to win more than the athletes.
What is your most painful moment?
I think my most painful moment was when Pearlie and Tina lost, because they really worked very hard. They came so close. I think when Azizo was disqualified, it was a numb moment. Numb. Because at that time, when we talk about sports, I go home and I tell my children about this athlete, that athlete, how hard they work. So she watched and she followed my daughter. And that time when Azizo was disqualified, everybody is confused. Okay. What happened, right? Yeah. And so I was there with MSN staff, everybody's messaging each other, and my daughter is texting me, Mommy, what happened to Azizo? Mommy, what happened to Azizo? Then my husband told me, my daughter is crying in front of the TV, right? So there are children who actually really look up to our athletes. And so when I met the athletes, I say, when you are on your social media, now you are seen as national heroes, whether you like it or not. So what you say out of a defeat and out of a victory can shape the culture of our young people, the youth. You must use this to tell them. And that's why I use all this opportunity in my post to educate people that it's not about just the medal, what you do with defeat. That's why we encourage parents to send their children to do sports, because sports prepare them for setbacks in life. In life, no matter how well the parents plan out, the kids are going to experience failure, right? And sports prepare you for that. Despite your hard work, your opponent is better than you. This same thing can happen in business, in education. How are you going to cope with that? If they don't practice that enough in sports, I go in, I want to win, but I lose. I go in, I want to... They don't know how to make a comeback. Anik is weightlifting. This is the man with muscles. He was number 4. He missed it. He missed the bronze.
1 kg.
He cried and he said, I'm so sorry. YB, I'm so sorry. Shah Firdaus also. Shah Firdaus, the entire hope of the nation was rested on him for the last race. But he did his best until the very end. So for me, in terms of our athletes going there to give their best, I honestly think they have given their best. As emotional as it was for me, I think during the Olympic, during the Paralympic, the joy came back when I saw Lekau, Bonnie, how they redeem it for the nation.
Can we spice things up a bit? Thanks for all the beautiful words and encouragement.
Beautiful words.
But I think some of the audience still don't take it. Of course, we know that the elite did their best, but does it mean there's something wrong with the management that make our result come to this? It's not only badminton, we are lacking, even like Thailand got the medal. Diving team, all this while we're doing so good, but this round, I don't think we get...
these few years.
It's the worst result. So if it's not the problem of our athlete, is it because of the management?
I think it's a combination of everything. You must know that other nations are not resting while we are practicing. Other nations are also throwing in money to train and invest into their athletes. And so if we continue with the kind of funding we used to get, we are going to be left behind, whether it's in football or in any other thing. Number 2, yes, sports association need to work hard and need to improve. But you also have, for example, BAM, badminton. Our badminton players are actually provided with a lot of support, right? Yes.
Then why our excellent athletes are leaving BAM?
Okay,
like also recent men double are leaving as well.
Like I explained to you, that is a choice that the badminton players have to make. If you judge BAM based on who leaves, then what about Aaron and Saw deciding to stay and Pearlie and Tina deciding to stay? How do you judge that then? Is it because BAM is good that our athletes are staying back? So this is something like I say, there are pros and cons about being with BAM and being independent. I do have, during the Road to Gold support time, when we actually included a lot of independent players in the Road to Gold, but then they didn't qualify for Olympic. When you are an independent player, you have to book rental of court your own. You have to go and pay your own coach, right? Everything you have to cover your own. But of course, the prize money you take lah. Sponsorship money you take everything on your own. It's just like for every young person, 18 years old, you decide you want to stay with your family or you want to move out. You stay with mother and father, everything is covered at home, meal is provided. You go out, you are on your own. So this is a choice that every person have to decide. There's no wrong or right, right? But yes, I agree. Not just KBS needs to do better, but sports association. How can KBS do better? I think when we set aside more money for training, overseas exposure, one of the common things I heard from our young athletes, especially the Paralympians, first time. So Olympic and Paralympic, almost 50% of the athletes going there this time was the first timer. They tell me, YB, saya takut. I'm nervous because not enough exposure at this level to compete. So for me, my aim is I want to get more money so I can send them and afford to send them more overseas and more exposure and training. Yes.
How do you think about the
Diving.
Diving. Diving, we have a shortage of female divers. For a long time, Malaysia has always relied on a few names only to give medals. Lee Chong Wei, Nicole David, Panda Lela, Dabita. Until today, Panda Lela is still diving. Okay. So what we want now is to make sure that there are enough juniors, there are enough pelapis, we call them, right, to come up. And so now for diving, we have given them a fast track program. Our national technical director, Brian, is going around traveling, recruiting children, those who are good. For diving, I've told them you need to go to where the people are close to the water source. For example, they have gone to recruit talent in Sabah, in Pulau Gaya, right, in Sempurna. We are also going to approach the Orang Asli. So fast track bringing 60 children, they go to identify, bring them to Bukit Jalil, choose 10 of them, and then pump in support for them. So we do have a lack of athletes in certain sports, and we need to start investing them now. That's why Wushu recently, we gave money to help the Camp Bakat so that they start at 10 years old. You try to recruit them in university level, it's a bit too late, right? So all this fast track is now, we are doing that now, rolling out for different sports that are popular in Malaysia and good for Malaysia. But you're not going to get result immediately in the next SEA Games or Asian Games. The 10-year-old is not going to give you instant result, right? It's a years of investment in that sports.
Which sport do you see like got more potential to go for the next future?
I think some countries take the strategy, they aim for those kind of sport that are not really popular.
Like Indonesia.
Are we going to do that?
Malaysia is good with racket sports.
Rackets.
Okay, squash is now in, right? Badminton. Olahraga, we are good at SEA Games level, but when you go and you compete with those who are really good, like the 100 meter, it's really, really, very, very competitive. Yeah. So we have already identified some of these sports, the common one lah. But diving, right, to be honest, when you go, every nation is competing for a bronze medal. Because
China,
when you go in,
China
gold, silver is China already. Yeah. So
Last time we are able to get
bronze.
And
Yes.
they say the diving team is because of rumors lah, some politics inside. Is it true?
For the Sports Association?
Yeah.
We have done a post-mortem when our athletes didn't qualify for Olympic. And we have heard from both sides. And as a result, you know, the coach has also resigned. And I think our athletes also, there are improvement that they have to make. So I won't want to say this person is wrong, that person is wrong. I think it's a collective responsibility that must be taken by everybody. Yeah, that's why when I landed, you know, I issued an apology on behalf of all our athletes that we didn't bring back the gold. Yeah.
All right. What is the next target that we are aiming for right now?
LA 2028. But of course now we are preparing for SEA Games. SEA Games will be in Thailand next year. And then 2027 will be Malaysia hosting SEA Games.
It's confirmed already.
It's confirmed.
Wow.
It's confirmed. Yeah. So
what makes a U-turn? I thought we rejected it already.
it was Commonwealth Games that we said no to. But SEA Games, when they bid for it, they got it. But Ismail Sabri was the Prime Minister then. He announced to welcome the decision on Twitter. But there was no paper, no budget set aside. So when we came in, we have to make sure that we set aside budget, get the approval. And this time it's going to be very interesting because states are coming to co-host. So Sarawak will do it together with Penang and Kuala Lumpur.
Cool, we hope it burns
2027 SEA Games. Yeah.
Any more questions?
We're talking about Thailand.
Okay, you want to talk about Kun Lawut? Okay, question.
What makes you so insensitive?
Yeah.
Okay.
Did you think it's a bit inappropriate afterwards?
Too soon
Not
in
at all.
our words.
Not at all.
Oh, okay.
Let me explain why, which I already did at that place. I was there and I watched. And I didn't follow Kun Lawut before.
Okay.
Like I didn't
good.
follow the badminton
Okay.
for the pathway for other players. But I was there and I saw the match when he defeated the world number one. This is an underdog beating the world number one at the quarter-final level to win a medal. And he did it so effortlessly, like so cool, so
Very
calm,
chill.
very chill. So for me, it's wow, who is this young man who can beat the world number one and no stress, like so chill. And then after the ceremony, the photo was taken after the ceremony. It's not like, oh, before and I go and pose with him, it affected Lizija. No, this is after prize giving ceremony where all the three winners were in the same room together with the administrators, and doping test was being done, and so we had to wait few hours for Zija to finish his doping test. And all the medalists came back with their medal, and the people are all taking photos with them, right? So I congratulated him and I posed because I said this is very calm and collected. And this is what I want our young people to have, that you remain calm, don't be so stressed about it, and also not arrogant, not proud. The fact that I beat the world number one. It's not like, wow, I'm a champion now, And so when I did that, then the people say also insensitive to Lizija. But he himself also congratulated Zija. Zija also did the same. And this is sports. You must be able, at the end of the game, be able to celebrate each other. Just because, so are you not going to eat Thai food on that day just because he won?
Yes, we boycott.
Okay, I want to talk about the boycott. Yeah, no, this is something that I think social media, the young people must be able to learn to deal with this.
Alright.
If you go into social media, you must be able to understand that everybody has a right to say anything because it's your own platform, your own account, right? So when we go in, yes, there will be people who do not agree. I cannot say you cannot agree, you cannot disagree with me. It's their right also, right? But I have the platform to explain why I did that. And after that, we move on, right? And so we want to teach the young people also. If you make a decision, okay, and you think that this is the right thing, I want to celebrate sportsmanship, and other people condemn you, do you then get depressed and hurt yourself? No, you teach them how to move on. And so, yes, I was a bit down at that time looking at the comments, but there were also many people who supported me and said, this is sportsmanship. You show a good example, ignore the haters. So, this is what I want to, out of every situation, to be able to explain.
But some people say, we don't know that did you follow sport all this while, but I think the people that comment you didn't take care of the sentiments of the the sport audience and sport lovers.
Okay lah, just let
Will you
the
like
hater
watch
face.
more match after this so that you
It's
can
not-
get closer to them?
No, it's like this. Like I say, sports is passion, right? For example, I explained to you before about the stadium. I had Jay Chow fans, and I have football fans.
Oh yeah.
So both are
That's
saying,
right.
"Oh, you don't care about me. You don't care about me." How am I supposed to do my job if I'm supposed to care for the feeling of everybody? When Johor lawan Selangor, both are fans equally in love with the sports and the team that they support. So what are you going to do about it? Don't talk about it, right? Sensitive, insensitive. So we must respect that sports space, that it is really about passion. And so you would expect fans to be angry, fans to be happy. It is normal. Yeah.
Any promise you're gonna make to them regarding LA Olympics?
Wow.
LA 2020,
Promise.
LA
any,
2028, we have already said that our aim is to get the gold.
Okay.
Can we say, don't set a goal? We shouldn't also. We must have a target so that everybody all working towards that goal. So I have no problem in saying that is our aim. By LA 2028, we do hope that one of these sports will bring home Malaysia's first Olympic gold medal.
We hope that you are still in power also at that time.
2027 will be 5 years.
Yeah.
You don't know.
Yeah, but it's important, like what we do now,
move.
to prepare for the future lah.
Yeah.
All right, thank you so
All
much.
right, thank you
Hannah.
so much.
Very
Thank you,
genuine
Hannah.
sharing.
Yeah,
Tell me
alright.
what you think about it and give some words of encouragement. Remember sportsmanship.
Remember to thumbs up this video and subscribe our channel. Thank you so much once again, Hannah Yeoh.